For video project 6, how many marriages is too many marriages? I don't really think there's a specific number. After this certain number, it's considered too much. I think it's more of how it's not legally. I feel like people shouldn't be legally impacted. It's more of how society views you, and they they it gets more of a negative connotation if you've been married multiple times, especially if the marriages last not even a few years and then you're just on to the next. It it brings a big factor in if you have children, because you might be going through all these like marriages, but I mean, you're only affecting yourself and the partner. But when you bring a kid into the situation, like, you have to really consider that the person you're divorcing is that child's father or mother, and you might have like negative connotations towards that person, but at the end of the day, that's your child's parent. And if you choose to get a divorce, most of the time, 99% of the time, you're gonna have to find a way to work it out, because no matter, even rather you're getting divorced because of that child, you're always gonna have a tie to that person. So it's better to just get along for the child if it ends badly, and that way the child doesn't suffer as much as as much as if you were to put the child in the position to say choose which parent you want to go to, because at the end of the day, the parents might not like each other, but the child loves their parent equally, and making the child choose isn't fair to the child, and it isn't fair to them also, in the aspect that they suffer, because once you start to remarry, they get confused, like, this is my actual dad, but why am I getting multiple dads after that? The second shift, as it relates to female employees who are also spouses, I feel like it doesn't have to do more with what shift it is. It has to do with the women taking on the responsibility of working, because in the old days, the women were the ones that stayed home. They took care of the kids. They provided a meal for their husbands when they got home. And nowadays, a lot of the times it's the husband staying home to do the housework that the women are supposed to do, and the women are the ones that are going out and they're working and they're bringing home the money. And a lot of times, females that work the second shift, sometimes it could be like put down upon, because you're supposed to be like working and then spending a lot of time with your children, and if you're working, then you're not able to spend that time. Things that need to be changed to this expectation of like women have to do the housework. Sometimes even if the woman's like working 12-hour shifts, they're still expected to come home and cook and clean and do the chores and look after the husband and take on all the roles of the household, even though the husband isn't working. And the way that it's expected that the women do everything because they have like the motherly instincts, but at the end of the day, they can be their own person. They can bring home the money even if the husband's staying home, no matter what shift it is. I feel like any parent, regardless, female, male, any shift, they feel bad having to leave their children behind. But at the end of the day, even if it's a woman that's bringing home the money, it shouldn't matter, as long as it's an agreement between the couple and they're both okay with it, and the man is okay with, even though for example, if my wife's bringing home the check, at least help her out by taking care of the stuff that has to do around the house, and as far as also the kids. So that would be my response to the video project. Thank you.